I almost did it again. I recorded entire deck tech, but forgot to unmute, so nothing mattered. Anyway, so here we have a Chaotic Transformation deck. Chaotic Transformation is basically a creativity, but it's a standard legal. You can exile one creature artifact, basically whatever permanence, and then you can reveal cards from the top of your deck, so you reveal one that shares the type with it. So basically, if you have a deck where you have no creatures except for a big beater, and you cast Chaotic Transformation on a creature token, which is not an actual creature, then you can instantly get whatever creature you have, the only creature in your deck, which is Atraxa in this case, because it's the most broken creature in Magic, probably at this point. I think a lot of people would say it's probably the best creature in Magic. To facilitate this game plan, we're kind of a mid-rangey controlling deck. We have leyline bindings, we have ossifications, we have herd migration to facilitate the ossification, because you do need a basic land, but also we're a domain deck, so it's kind of hard to fit those restrictions. But this deck kind of does it pretty well. To make sure we have creature tokens, of course, we have herd migration for creature tokens, but most of the time, since it's 7 mana, you're not really casting it, you're mostly discarding it for land. But we have Courier's Briefcase, which creates a 1/1 and also ramps. We have Weatherseed Treater, which also ramps and creates a 1/1, and also that final ability, since we are a domain deck, is basically 3 mana, do 5 damage. And there's some other things we can do with that since it's a permanent. So we have Ren and Realmbreaker, which kind of ties the room together, helps their mana, mills cards, and if we get the emblem, we basically win. So it's it fits within the theme of the deck. We have Cosmic Rebirth, which basically can bring it back permanents from the graveyard. This also helps with the 3 mana 5 damage plan from the Weatherseed Treaty. It's basically in the late game when you overvalued your opponent with your Atraxas, you can basically just cast Cosmic Rebirth, cast your Weatherseed Treaties on any creature, and basically you can just one-shot your opponent. Mana base, since we're doing domain, we have Jetmir's Garden, which is all of our colors, red, white, and green. We have plains and forests to help with Rafine's Tower and Xander's Lounge, which are basically our inverse of our mana base with red, white, green. We need some blue, black lands to make sure we have domain. So we have one mountain, which we can fetch with either Weatherseed Treaty or Herd Migration, which facilitates the Rafine's Tower domain. And also, if we destroy like a red land, or the opponent destroys one of our red lands, then we also have a basic to get. So we can actually cast our Chaotic Transformation. We have mostly forests over plains, because plains can be fetched pretty easily with Weatherseed Treaty or Herd Migration. And you need forests in order to get Herd Migration or Weatherseed Treaty, so you mostly want a forest in hand. We have Brushlands because we need that green-white, and basically that is the deck. We have Domain, we are a Correct Transformation deck, we are a Ren Realmbreaker deck, and this deck is done very, very, very well, for me at least. I've hit Diamond basically doing this deck, or using this deck, from all the way from Gold, because I didn't really play much these past seasons, but this deck is really like just super powerful and very consistent. And yeah, let's take a quick look at the sideboard. Pithing Needles for Planeswalker matchups, Fall of Lord Khanda for Atali, and also the Multiverse matchup. The 7 mana black, mill 10, get creatures and Planeswalkers back. This basically gets our permanents back with Atali versus Multiverse. One Stone Brain, just for those decks that are very linear. One Lay Down Arms for a Elish Norn, because their deck is very ETB based. Sunset Release for aggro. Fade from History, just to make sure we can take care of those heavy enchantment decks that don't really rely on creatures, they just rely on getting enchantment tokens, like Wedding Announcement. Some control decks are very enchantment based, also very good against the green-white enchantment deck, just on turn 4 to basically a Wrath of God. And also you get protection. Or not protection, you just get a 2/2, because you also have enchantments. But so basically it works out in your favor, because you're destroying more of the opponent's game plan than yours, because you're the one casting the card. Invitation only, good for the mid-range matchups, where it's like just mid-range creature decks like Mono Black. Some Mono White decks, very mid-rangey. One Elish Norn for ETBs, Atali matchups, and Multiverse matchups. I would say one of the hardest matchups for this deck is negate decks. It's like mono blue. You probably get trashed by mono blue. But Red and Realmbreaker helps with those matchups. This looks like a good hand. We do need domain, but we're doing okay right now. 3-mana Leyline Binding, not great, but still fine, still decent. We have a Sunlit Marsh from our opponent and a Demolition Field. So I don't know what that necessarily entails. Some type of black-white mid-range deck, probably with Shieldred. Assuming they have removal from my 1/1, which is, you know, completely fine for us. But they want the Plains and Swamps, so I don't know. Okay, so Realm Breaker, the Invasion Tree. I don't like this card very much, and we have Domain. So we could just exile this, or we can play a Realm Breaker just to get that going. I'm gonna get the Realm Breaker going.
There, in the tangle.
I don't know what our opponent's doing with Realm Breaker, the Invasion Tree. How many cards in their deck? 50. Wait, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They do have 60 cards. They play Yawgmoth, Praetor. We're just gonna plus, because they probably have Shieldred's Edicts.
Please,
And we'll pass.
more time.
They attack my Ren, then I'm just gonna Leyline Binding. This is the crazy part about Ren, you know, we're turn 5, but we're nearly at Emblem. So, and if this is their plan, they're just gonna be milling us. We're completely fine with that. Do I want to go for Weatherseed Treaty? I think I'll stay with the Cosmic Rebirth. I don't know what they're playing. So we'll leave the Cosmic Rebirth up. We'll have Ossification to play at instant speed with Cosmic Rebirth. We also have Atraxa to bring back to our hand if they try to reanimate it. A lot of options for us. Okay, they mill us. We're gonna bring back a Courier's Briefcase? Or no? Can we kill them? I messed up, but can we kill them? We'll be able to kill them very soon.
Death. The multiverse is at my beck and call. My lips.
Start attacking.
Every world. My voice beckons to all worlds.
I mean, they're gonna be dead. We're gonna be able to cast a Weatherseed Treaty with a Hexproof token to return. A Hexproof land every turn. This is one of the win cons. Just getting a Ren the Realm Breaker down, starting attacking for 3. This is a multiverse deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have a multiverse. That's fine. We can cast Ossification from Graveyard. Do exile our graveyard to get their token back. We can start milling. And start casting things from our graveyard. I could have plussed, but I think we're just gonna. We need a lot of mana, so we'll just start casting these Weatherseed Treaties. Tap with this. I think we're ahead though, because we do have this Random Realm Breaker. They just have to attack me. If they have a multiverse, they have a multiverse, but if they mill us for 10, we're gonna win through an Atraxa. We do have the Shieldred's Edict, which is not gonna matter because we can just cast it from our graveyard again. Cruelty of Gix, so they're gonna get a. We have Atraxa. We have a Ren. Alright. We're just gonna start attacking them.
I burn with power. Allies everywhere. Stand with. If this is my final fight.
And they can see, because they know that they just can't win against us.
Fight back.
Alright, so they are going to be reanimating from the graveyard. So I think we're going to cut Trax up an Elishnorn. I'm assuming they're a multiverse deck. Let's bring in a Stonebrain. This might be an invitation only, but I didn't see many creatures from them. Let's cut a Let's go down to 2 Atraxas. Bring in the Lord of Conda, 2 Lord of Condas. I like this. So Lord of Conda, so if they reanimate, we get a permanent back, or we can just exile, whatever. They probably shield your deck, so this works. Ossification, Stonebrain. I think their multiverse deck is hard. Like multiverse isn't bad against us per se if we roam, but also Stonebrain's very good. If we just get rid of all their multiverses, what are they gonna do? We have Cosmic Rebirth if they want to reanimate our thing. I think this looks good to me. I think the Realm Breaker, the artifact, is terrible. 3 mana, you just ramp every turn. It doesn't seem very strong to me. We have a Stone Brain. We don't have a green source. I think we'll keep. I think we'll draw into a green source. A lot of things are castable here. Stone Brain. I actually need to look up what the card name is. Liliana. What are we discarding?
Don't overthink things.
Weather Seed Treatment. This is called Multiverse.
It's no fun when they hit back.
Breach the Multiverse. Breach the Multiverse. So they have Dresses, Cut Downs. They kept the Cut Downs. Shieldred's Edict. Go for the Throat. Realmbreaker, Yawgmoth, Lily, Shieldred's. 1 Cruelty. 2 Cruelties, Farewells, Kayas. So you can bring in Needle for Kaya and Lily. Let's get those multiverses out though. So they have a Obliterator in hand, a Shieldred, and a Shieldred's Edict. They draw a land for the shield for the Obliterator. They play Obliterator and I draw land, it's done. The game will be over. They don't play the Obliterator is crazy. Not playing the Obliterator is crazy to me. What do they think I have? So we're going to... This is such a cool trick. If you get Demolition Field, you can go white, green, tap all your mana, right? Look for a basic land. We'll get a mountain. Then we Cosmic Rebirth. And then we get our Rafine's back. I love that trick. That's one of my favorite things to do. They have a target. They're no way they Shieldred's Edict. Another Demolition Field. Okay, we're gonna tap this for white. Get a basic land. I guess we'll get a green. Then we'll Herd Migration. Get another white source. We're gonna minus. We know they have a Shieldred's Edict.
In the
3.
jungle, I see a path to victory. Nature
Get
has
Fiend's
not
Tower.
abandoned me.
Yeah, this matchup is not gonna be good for them. We only have exile-based removal. I'm gonna wait. We have a binding. Dude, Random Runebreaker be chatting up a fucking storm, to be honest. Do we minus here? We hit him for 11? Just get basic land. We have 3 more forests. They're gonna be dead in like 2 turns. This represents 10 damage. This does nothing because it's non-token. Farewell, exile my enchantments. Alright,
No more distractions. Let's make this quick.
wow, okay. Give me that.
A delay, nothing more.
Give me that. Now we are at the mercy of the top of the deck, but it's fine. They have so many farewells. Do we have 9 cards in a graveyard? Exactly. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Yoink. Fortunately, we do need to draw a as a black or blue source, and then we're gonna win if they don't discard. Wait, game of life, very cool. All right, attack for. Ah! We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We forgot to cast it, and I may have moaned at a large pitch. My bad. My fault. I guess I'll hold up. We have 7 plus 10. We have 17. I hate this bug where if it's revealed, you get double revealed. Should have exiled my graveyard, to be honest. Go 1/1. Trample. And that's game 2. Game over. That's why this deck is so good, man. And that's perfect. Like this hand's perfect. So much can be done with this single hand. And we're almost at the 5 color for. Oh yeah, also Courier's Briefcase. You can 5 mana, you can draw 3 cards, which comes in handy in the mid-range matchups. Mono black. Okay, the game's over. We won. This isn't even worth exiling, to be honest. Yes. What's the conditions? Blade of Oni is crazy. But there's no graveyard. What? They exile their own creature, huh? I don't have green. I'd rather play it safe. Get a forest here. We have transformation next turn. Okay. Let's tap out of your removal real quick for me. Let's go. Alright. Guaranteed Atraxa next turn. the enchantment. No planeswalker to hit. We'll hit the forest. Let's go the forest. Perfect. Only 3 cards drawn. That's fine. Quick one. Mono black is awful against us. Let's cut some realm breakers. I'll bring in the invitations. I can't think of anything else to add. Oh my god. Alright, this hand's awful. Milligan. Decent. We have removal. We'll see what we draw. It's fine. Guarantee we draw an Atraxa this turn. That was wrong. It was a forest. Might be worse. This card seems fine to me, actually. I actually don't not like this card. It's fine. We can get a red source for domain now. This is not going well for our opponent. This is why the mountain is important. Getting domain, getting red source for here. Very good. Very good. I thought about, I was like, do I even care that this is a 2/3? Not really. This is just like Lord of the Ground mid range. Oh damn, I caught him with lacking when they can't So we have 5 mana. We have a guaranteed chaotic transformation if they tap out this turn. This determines whether I'm going to herd migration or not, depending if they tap out. 2 mana. And it's over. Take 6. Damn. Only 4 cards. Only 6 mana, draw 4, put a 7/7, Death Touch, Vigilance, Lifelink. What does this do? It can't block. I don't think that's gonna be relevant. Attack for 6. This clock is literally unbeatable. I mean, a 6/6 flying vigilance, death touch, lifelink is also pretty decent. Alright. Mono black can't beat us. Mono black literally can't beat us. Can't beat this deck. It's impossible. Low to the ground, mono black doesn't even have a clock. Mono red at least has a clock, but we're still decent against mono red because we gain life incidentally. So after we beat that mono black, that low to the ground mono black deck, we then went against red black sacrifice or artifact sacrifice. It was kind of a tough matchup. At least for the first game, we kind of got stomped because I was kind of didn't know how to use my leyline bindings. I didn't know how to use my other things, but then um, Sunset Revelry basically carried us in the following 2 games after we got stomped. After that, we hit Mythic, and we played 1 game in Mythic. Got absolutely trashed on by Soldiers. There was some cool plays from us, but we got trashed on by Soldiers. I'm going to look a little bit more into the sideboard for Mythic because it's definitely going to be a different sphere of players. So we're going to change the sideboard for Mythic. Maybe in the following week I'll upload a video on that. But thank you for watching.